Oh my. Evening Hour, episode 100. Wow. Perfect. Hold on. There it is. Wow. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. It's Monday. Wow. I'm shocked. Episode 100. Here we are. Sit back. Let's have a good time tonight. Come on in. Let's see who's in here. First, let me get my bearings straight. Whew. Let me drink a little water. I was actually waiting for this water. All right, we got a big crew in here already. Hi, everybody. Everybody's in here, even my mama. What's up, everybody? Come on in. If you're new, I'm just waiting for a few more people to jump in. If you're new, this is a live show with a chat. Please be chatty. Most of the people here are. The more you chat, the more points you get. The more points you get, you can order stuff in my web store that's free. That's right, it's free. Right below in the description, you'll see the rules and you'll see the web store. So please enjoy, chat, say something. We're a chatty group here. Thank you, everybody, for my congrats. I'm a little shocked that I did this many of this show. I'm going to talk about it today. If you're new to the show, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notify. It's the least you can do. Yes, people donate money. Not needed. Welcomed, never not turned away. And if you donate, it really does go into my show. I do this full time. All I do is perform. So any donations are good. If not, guess what? Just tell your friends. I'm trying to get my numbers up. That's all. Tell your friends, tell your family. Yeah. Huzzah is right, Joel. Party on, everybody. I had the best weekend of my life. I want to talk about that today. That's what the episode's about. Not only was it the best weekend of my life, this was the best year of my life. No joke. Best one. And so I want to talk about that today. I got a lot of stuff to go over. And tonight I am going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away from Riff Raff label right here a copy of our 20-year anniversary album on vinyl. This is unbelievably cool. I'm going to be giving this away. So I'm going to wait till the end. And I am then going to, you're going to have to say something in the chat to enter. I'm going to be writing some stuff down, rolling some dice, and somebody watching tonight will win the vinyl. I even have the mailing box ready to go. And Bill Yon, if you're watching, I have your package ready to go too. They're all going to go out probably tomorrow. Oh, Ruth, I'm going to talk about it tonight. Oh, Fallon's in here. Fallon and I got to party together on Saturday night. And I think Fallon will tell you too. It was a lot of fun. Let's see here. Yeah, we have a great group in here. Come on in, please. Please, come on in, everybody. This is going to be fun. I'm going to be honest. Every time I do an episode where I don't make a strong plan, they end up being my favorite ones. And I didn't make a strong plan. I'm just getting comfortable here. Let me turn this down a bit and get my notes out, because I did make a lot of notes. What else do I need to talk about before I just start to go? I will talk about my weekend in detail, because it was... I can't breathe. I'm still in shock. I've had many wild, amazing, profound shows, events, adventures, but for some reason I know the reason. A lot of things came together this weekend, and we'll go over that a little later. What else before we move on here? Yes, stay in the show. If you're watching now, stick around and participate, because at some point I'm going to give the signal of what to do to try to win this record. And I'm literally it's getting shipped out. You don't have to pay for shipping. It's free, free, free. All the things I do on this show that are free, they're actually free. The only thing that requires is your time. So, yeah, I can't believe this is my 100th show. So let's start going on this now. Last year, and let me know if the sound is okay and the video quality. I get nervous that things aren't working. I'm going to do my thinking position. I really do think better in this position, and I'd like to know the science why. I just feel more, I don't know. It's kind of funny. Yeah. So, when I started this last year, I wasn't sure what it was going to be. And I didn't want to... Thank you, Cassandra. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. And I didn't want to push it to something necessarily. But here's what I've noticed. So my original idea was to do, and still is in a sense, a channel that has a few different programs that I do. Because I do different things, I do a magic thing, and I do the music thing, and right? So, I wanted my flagship show to be Behind the Devil's Curtain. And I do like that, and I am going to do more of those, and I have one I'm working on now that's, woohoo, going to be good. But I don't do that many of them because I want them to be good, and I don't like to just throw it out there willy-nilly. I want it to be researched and kind of taken pretty seriously. But I knew that during the crazy times now, I was clearly going to have more studio time now. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know. I knew I was going to have more studio time, so that meant more time to work on these internet shows. So I have a magic one. Behind the Devil's Curtain is my darker themed formal show. And then I wanted to do one that was the easy one, easy in quotes, where the subjects are a little looser and it's a little more topical about things going on in my weird existence, steering away from news and politics and things of the sort. And if you watch this show, you'll know, Bill Butler. Yeah, we could do a show on that. I don't do politics. The only one I lean towards, I have two political things that I feel comfortable talking about on a public forum because I'm pretty knowledgeable and I feel that I have something to say. And the first one is free speech. I have a lot to say about that one. A lot. And second are guns. I don't talk about it a lot on this show. I've had a few little mentions, but I feel comfortable talking about those two subjects because of the amount of research, reading, and personal experience I have. Other than the rest of the political spectrum, I stay away. for a myriad of reasons. So if you watch the show, I'm talking a lot about philosophy. I do talk about theology. I talk about some brain science, weird stuff from UFOs to Pez, right? And I kind of mix them all together. And so Evening Hour became the show where that happens. And it basically became my main show for the reasons of A, they're a little easier for me to wrap my head around pulling them off all the time. And two, the subject is my life, everything I've learned, not one thing, because to me, I really do believe how you do anything is how you do everything. And so if I'm speaking about my magic and the psychology of it, it definitely applies to the real world. And I hate separating the two. I want to mix them all. It's all one big ball for me. I mean, I don't separate them. So, thank you, Ruth. Sean says, I like guns and free speech. Yeah, me too. A lot. And so this channel became the very infrequent Magic and Devil's Curtain and lots of this show right here. And we're at the 100th episode. And if I go through and look at all the different episodes, they're pretty cool, some of them. I mean, I really was like, wow, I did one on a lot of different things that either I knew about or didn't know about. Subjects that I actually had a good time doing a little research on and putting together something to present for you guys. So, yeah, there's no separation between anything anymore in my world. None. I just, everything's one big ball of, and me as a human being, I used to split my brain into categories. I had Cardone the Magician, and I had Adam Vomit, the rock and roller, and I had the theater brain guy, and at the same time, every one of those jobs that I had done, I was the same guy. So, not only the same guy, I had the same thing I was doing. Presenting wonder in some sort of fashion. What is wrong with my nose? My nose hurts. Right there. Interesting. I'm like, hold on a second. My nose is hurting. You know when you get a pimple under the skin and there's no visible sign, yet you can feel it? Feels like there's one right there. Anywho. I digress. So this show became the show that I enjoyed the most, felt the most free, felt the most honest. I do like preparing and making notes, but I also like not preparing a little bit because there's where my honesty comes from. It's easier. I just open my mouth and I just tell the truth. If I like, what did I do? Here's what I remember. Here's what happened. It's a lot easier, you know? There's no BS. I will honestly say I'm trying to be as honest as humanly possible in this situation. So, and I really do thank you as an audience for allowing me that, because certain audiences don't let that happen. They expect a certain thing, and if they ain't getting it, they're out. And I don't know where I'm going sometimes. I know I'm going, but I don't always know exactly what the end goal is because there isn't really one, you know? So, on that note, Seneca never talked about pimples. I'm curious if he wrote something about something like it. No, probably not. So, on that note, thank you, everybody. Really, from the bottom of my heart, without you, this would not be possible. I have a really great group of people here, a loyal group, and a smart group, a thoughtful group. To me, smart and thoughtful are different. You can be dumb and thoughtful. But no, this is a smart and thoughtful group. I do know this, Mark, about Australia. Yeah, your free speech laws aren't as written in stone as ours are, and your gun laws took a sharp... I will say this, all the people that compare our crime rates to the countries that don't have guns don't look at the violent crime rate. They're just looking at gun crime. And they're also comparing things that shouldn't be compared. Most countries, the cops can come in your house whenever they want. They can search you on the street whenever they want. And yes, free speech is pretty much non-existent in the capacity that we have here in most places. And I am very thankful for that. Free speech existing in this format, in the Googles, the interwebs, the meta, all of these things is going to be gone soon. A little bit of my deterministic forward thinking, I think it's going to be gone. Unless some serious stuff happens. There's too much money to be made. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. And there's also a lot of things we can't see. There's an invisible layer here of corporatism from me to you. You know, it blows my mind. I have, there's a microphone here that is made by a company called, and I can't see because I can't see that close, Maono. There's my Canon camera. Both of those are private companies. Then it runs into Streamlab private, into YouTube private, into your computer private, through my computer. So by the time it gets to your brain, it's passed through a lot of, there's a lot of people involved. And at any point in those, somebody can say, we don't like you, and stop it, and you're not going to see me. Think about how many people are involved before it gets to from me to you. Well, that you just said it, Mark. You don't have defined free speech. It's hazy, just like China, just like YouTube. They don't want you to know because they don't trust you, and they want to be able to change the rules as it seems fit. Okay, that's fine. I don't like that, but that's fair. I mean, that's what it is. Thank you, Lilith. Yes, you need devices and accounts to even hear it. Correct, Amanda. Yeah, if you stop and think about how many private companies that have agendas and money to be made are involved before it leaves my mouth and gets to your eardrums, it's shocking. It's terrible. Terrible. I just invented a word. Terrible. Wait, terrible? That's weird. I like it when a word comes out like that because it's natural. How terrible. So, anywho, yeah. So let's talk about this year and this weekend. I'm going to start with this weekend and then open it up a bit because I'm still in shock of this year and what happened, not globally, but me. I mean, all of this global stuff obviously influenced me and my actions. So I'm still in shock at how great it ended up becoming, even in the bad stuff. And this weekend was kind of a symbol of it all. And so, wordsmith. Yeah, words. I mean, I like inventing words. I realize I do it all the time. I think Shakespeare actually invented a lot of words that became real words. Look that up. You want to see something fun? Look up all the Shakespeare words that became words. Also, look up Yiddish words. Look up Yiddish words that became part of our culture. It's kind of cool. I don't know why I thought of that. Wow. Lush is off social media. I mean, that's cool that they did that. But honestly, like if I have a show that I'm doing, how the hell would I tell anybody? Really? It's kind of weird. It's gotten to be like our reality is social media. So if you want me to say something, you got to go there and look. Terrible. Gosh, it's so terrible. It sounds like wonderful and terrible and terrifying. Terrible. I'm going to write that down. Where's my marker? I'm going to start playing with that. Terrible. Maybe that'll be a word we use only on this show. Oh yeah, second night of Hanukkah. Whoever celebrates Hanukkah. Shalom. I do not celebrate Hanukkah, but I do get hired to do a lot of Hanukkah events. This year I didn't get many, but I have done so many. Big ones, crazy ones. Do I have the poster? I have a poster that's really funny of me doing a Hanukkah party. I know more about Judaism than most of my Jewish friends because of my work, which is wild. So this weekend we played a show at the Lunatics. The last time we played with them, I believe, was in 99 at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Los Angeles. They have not played for 20 years. We have. They haven't. They retired 20 years ago. And so for them, it was a big deal, the Lunatics. For us, it was a big deal to play with our sister band and our friends and a legendary band that we all love in our hometown at one of the coolest venues you can play, Webster Hall. And so Mark Cohen. Hi, Mark. How are you? So cool to see you here. So, honestly, 3-card latkes Monty. I do like latkes. I do. I love Ashkenazi Jewish food. I really do. Dan, yeah. I'm going to show, there's one photographer that came to take pictures that is one of my favorites. I'll show some pictures in a second. So I went on Friday night, not to play, but to bring my bass amp, just my head, not the cabinet, because Squid from Lunatics wanted a backup. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I mean, we're all sharing gear, I don't care. And plus, Squid let me use her bass amplifier for literally 6 years. It lived in my house. And I was cool with that because her bass rig sounded great. So I brought it, and I wanted to hear the bands, and I wanted to hear the sound. I hadn't been there in a while, and I hadn't played their music since 2012. We opened for Guns N' Roses there. So I know the vibe. I know the glorious feeling of playing that space. It's great. And I remember it being pretty pro on the sound man there. The sound crew, which is big. Great. I should do an episode on the horrible food I love. Food I love. Ruth, you just gave me a great idea. Thank you. Love you. So, and I wanted to hear the opening band. They had a different opening band. They had a band called Baby Shakes play Friday. And I didn't know them, but I had seen them around the scene, especially the lead singer. I've seen her around. They were great. They pulled it off. It was a great rock show. The sound to me was great, but they were a little muffly. Something was a little off, and I found out they had some soundboard problem. The Lunatics came out and blew the stage off. They were fantastic. It sounded great. Perfect show. I went out after. It was just a fun night. That was Friday. Saturday, we were playing. And so I knew it was going to be a hard day because anytime I'm doing rock show, you want to hang out, party, meet the people coming to see your show, and we had people helping us. We had a crew, but I'm in charge of my bass. I don't actually want anybody. Even if I was like Kiss, I would still set my stuff up, at least some of it. Because that's what I do. I would not want, Kiss still puts their makeup on. Ooh, I just bumped my mic. They don't sit there and let somebody else do it. And I heard them say it's their ritual, it gets them in the zone. And I'm like that with my magic. I don't want anybody setting my magic up. It's what I do. That's part of the skill. And so I knew it was going to be nuts because there were people there from all over the world that flew in to see us. And I wanted to hang out with them and be, but there's too many people and there's too much going on. And it's just, so I was like, I need to just be. I need to just calm down. You're not going to make everybody happy. You're not going to be able to say hi to everybody. And the people that are cool will know that. They're going to know you're busy as shit. And if you ignore them, they get it. So I kind of stopped answering messages early because everybody and their grandma wants to get on the guest list the day of. And they have the multi-VIP this and that and that. All I knew was my kids were coming. And my ex-wife came. Really? She came. And she knew most of the people there because she was around in the old days in the scene too. So of course she wanted to come. And we had a great sound check. They got a new soundboard. The sound was great. The sound check was cool. We had a long sound check. They let us give a solid one. We had to make sure our video play, all the do-dangs and the whatnots. And then people started showing up. And I mean, we had friends and fans coming from Europe and all over the world and all over the country. And I was so flattered at the response. My kids were there. They were in the VIP balcony so that, it's easy. My son was kind of running around. My son's 20. And one of my favorite parts of the night, this was right. So we played the show. It was perfect. We don't do our fire effects anymore that we used to blow the stage up. You can't do that anymore. I mean, you can if you have a $100,000 budget for the show, But we played. It sounded good. I could hear everybody. We all were on point. We had Paris Mayhew from this band. Look them up on YouTube. Paris is the guitar player and founder of Cro-Mags, for God's sakes, okay? The guy's a living legend. Literally, the other guitar player in my band is it's like his favorite guitar player from when he was a kid. And now he's in our band. Crazy. So he has a new band called Agros. They're on YouTube. He makes the best videos ever. It's a great rock video and an instrumental hardcore project. Check it out. They have a channel. He has 40,000 views on his second video already. It's amazing. So he's in the band, right? Let's see here. Here's some pictures. There's Sean and Guy. Now, the photographer that took these pictures, his name's Kevin Wilson. He's a very big heavy hitter. He's a huge guy in the rock photography scene. Look at this. I mean, he got some good pictures. I mean, dude, it was just too much. Absolutely too much. And so we did the show. The buzz was insane. The crowd was just electrified. And then, the Lunatics came out and they blew the roof off. I mean, really, the best Lunatic show I had ever seen. If you go to my Instagram, I've been posting little videos of the weekend because really, they were flawless. I love the band. I mean, they're our friends, but I really like their music. I listen to them. And while that was going on, now I'm running around having fun. And my favorite part of the night was me and my son were hanging out in the smoking section at Webster Hall and partying with Norman Reedus. Now, Norman is a friend of, I believe, originally Sean and then Guy, but he likes our band, and he comes to see us. And so the last time I saw him, he was at our other show, and he came to party with us. And it was just me, him, and my son, and Paris from the Cro-Mags, and Agros, and Sean, and we were hanging. And it was just so many parts of my life mixed with childhood dreams, mixed with insane amount of hard work that's so much that my back feels like it's going to fall off, mixed with my son is there, my daughter. I mean, it's like literally, people I know from the magic business, people I know from school, people I met in Europe 15 years ago. I mean, folks, unbelievable, uncanny, overwhelming, but it all means something. And it was such a moment of, I look at right now, today, as the completion of a year. Like, today's New Year's Day for me in some way, shape, or form. It feels like it. It feels like New Year's Day. Because I started the show last year. We were supposed to play these shows 2 years ago. It took 2 years to get to these shows because of the delays and the cancellations. Oh, and just so you know, they're canceling shows in Europe right now, which is okay. So anyway, it was worlds colliding like no other. And I've had moments like this where worlds are colliding, but not like this. I think the pandemic-y stuff was partly why it felt so monumental, because a lot of people there, it was their first time out partying, and so it feels like New Year's, because from last year, this moment, till today, the amount of things that I've accomplished personally in my daily life, in my work life, in my taking a shower and thinking life, right? Just that simple little, you're in the shower just thinking about your day. My morning routine that I just wake up and do, right? It's like, well, the new variant right now, I mean, that's what they say. I don't, who knows? They scared us with the Delta, but I don't want to talk about it. I looked at the numbers of the Delta, how deadly it was, and I was like, why don't they say that on the news? They don't tell you that. I don't know. So anyway, I mean, I swim the sharks, and I do some very dangerous things, and I hang out with some dangerous humans. So when dangerous things are looming, it's like really I don't even phase. So I honestly, this last year, I mean, really, it's shocking. So let's talk about this. The big takeaways that I took from this year that will now affect my life forever. And partly the ways that it has affected my life, part of it makes me a little like not excited, because I know that it made me lose friends in some ways, gain some new, but more than that, I lost more than gained, because I've isolated myself in a certain way. And there's not a lot of room now for certain types of things that normally I wouldn't even blink at hanging with, being with, thinking about, and just doing with groups of people or types of people. And now it's just not possible. For instance, my morning routine. I have a very specific morning routine that involves a mixture of living, being, taking care of myself in the house and the property, and that. But then there's this part, my brain part. I have a certain thing that I do. And so if I'm around people or I have a guest or a visitor or whatnot, it's a little weird to be like, at least for me it is, to be like, I'm sorry, I got to go. I have a meeting with myself. Like, a lot of people don't get that of how important it could be. For me, it became so important that it's insane, but I really take it seriously. So, starting from last year, I started doing an internet show using all of this equipment. And I have to thank my son the most for being the guy that was able to get me up and running. My son does a little bit of tough love on me, where if I ask him too many questions, he'll stop answering because he knows I'll have to figure it out, which is hilarious because that's what a parent would do to a kid. But my kid is so, I don't know, I guess mature is the word. He knows how to like play me a bit to get me to engage. And so he not only built and set this up, he taught me how to learn how to use it all and how to get better at it. And, so I got to thank him. So that started last year. My Kickstarter, which is amazing, started last year right now. Oh, and I did send out an update. It looks like it's going to ship the very beginning of the year. That's it right there. As soon as the New Year's comes, we're going to start shipping. And we're also, I think at the end of January, going to do the Zoom meeting for the people that signed up for us to talk about the cards. And also, I'm going to be doing a 3-card Monty tutorial. So anybody that wants to learn that, I'll have info on that. How old is he now? He is 20, my son. And how old is your son, Mark? Because you have a big boy now, too. My son. So, yeah, I wanted to give him props today. My Kickstarter, my partner, Stuart Palm, I don't know if he's watching, we developed this great thing that we do where we have these online meetings for creative purposes. And we did that all last year, creating these cards. We didn't just throw these cards out there. We wanted to make sure that the art was good, the meaning was there, that it's just not a joke. So that happened. Now, the big one for me was me deciding to start reading philosophy on a level that's not just a little bit of a passive thing. And I don't really do anything passively. Do I? I'm trying to think. What do I do passively? What hobbies do I do passively? I've been doing a lot of, people think I have a million hobbies. I actually don't. It's like I used to do that. I'd be like, look, am I one of those dudes that has a billion hobbies and know nothing about any of them? And then I was like, no, I actually only have a couple of hobbies at the end of the day that I do take very seriously. For me, gaming is my hobby. If someone says, what's your hobby? I go, board gaming, role-play gaming. It's my hobby. I don't really try to make money board gaming, even though I've been hired to Dungeon Master. That's just, for me, my simple pleasure that I do take seriously, and I never feel guilty doing. If I play video games, I feel guilty. But magic and music, and I don't even think of those things as hobbies. It's just like part of my being. And so I wanted philosophy to be serious. And that is what opened a door to a thing that I'm mad I didn't do it earlier, but better late than never. It's fun to be submissive. Well, it's interesting. I know people that are like, they like that. Let me think about this. You just open my head to something. When do I like to be submissive and sit back and just let somebody else be in charge? Let me think. There's got to be something. That's hard. I'm going to process that one. There's an answer. I just don't know. When do I enjoy stepping back and letting somebody else take the wheel? When I'm driving. I hate driving. Yeah, interesting. So through this philosophy, it did something wacky. Because I didn't know how to do this. I just was like, look, I'm going to read a bunch of books and see. And I don't know why I started. What was the reason why I started with the Roman guys? I don't know. I started in the middle. And I quickly went from the middle to super ancient, modern. I started jumping around. It's one of those things, the philosophies are all kind of oh, this is fun. Yeah, well, Ruth, it's funny because my devotion to learning it was my curiosity, but there's the practicality. Oh yeah, listening to somebody else's music. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of like sitting back and letting that take me. Art. I can be submissive to certain types of art. I can let it take me. But yeah, I the reason my passion for learning philosophy got so like visceral is because it on a practical level, it really helps, or at least it helps my daily life. It helps my sanity. It helps my understanding of right now what's going on in the world. On a level I don't think I would have understood if I didn't go that route. And I would say the hot tub is a game changer. I was going to talk about that. The hot tub game changed me a lot this year. But so philosophically, yeah, it really grabbed me. It became a practical thing, and it opened my head up to something that really grabbed me, and I wanted to talk about that today. And that is, I was one of those guys that used to get mad at stupid people. You know, I do consider stupidity a sin. Number one for me, I do. But there's a new layer that I have to that. So before I go, that guy's a dummy, I try to think about what type of a dummy. Is he ignorant? Is he uneducated? Is he biologically slow? Or is it that the guy actually is smart, biologically quick, but his brain functionality fixates on the earlier functions? The basal ganglia lizard and the limbic cortex, early mammal. When I realized what that was, the actual nuance to how it operates and how it's out of our power, I was like, oh my God, all of these people that I normally would be like, that guy's a dummy, I don't call him a dummy anymore. I don't have to like the person. I can still have the same kind of, but I know what it is now. And it's not a stupidity in the classic sense of just his brain can't hold a lot and he's a little slow on the draw. You know, let's just say low IQ. The guy could have a high IQ, be very wealthy, smart, educated, but he's got a very reactive brain that is constantly in react mode. And so that will stifle the ability for that smart guy to get to that top neocortex. When I learned this, it's like, it just really made me calm down, understand way more little nuances that I didn't realize were there, and it opened the door to more learning. A good sandwich. Oh, food. Submission to food. Yeah, I do. I like that. Maybe that's where I'm submissive, in eating. I mean, honestly, the other thing that I got good at this year, and I learned, and I wasn't like this before. Oh my God. Chili cheese fries with ice cream? Oh my God, that almost sounds really good. I'm being serious. Um, One of the things I learned to do this year was I became habitual in morning reflection. So if I read an essay or whatever, or I'm in my philosophy hole, I personally like to write an essay about my day and how maybe that what I learned and how I would apply it. It's the application part to philosophy. You can learn philosophy all day, but unless you understand it and apply it, right? Um, uh, I I started writing every morning an essay. It usually takes up the full amount of the Instagram post that you can write. And I got to a point where I could just let it come out and it naturally would take a shape. And the secret, honesty. That's all. I don't understand why this is such a hard thing for artists to understand and learn. It's kind of natural for me. Really, it's always been there. But it just seems now the thing that I added to my honesty is a new discipline, and that discipline of creating this morning session every day, 3 hours of thinking and reading and writing, made it so that when it's time for me to be honest and just say, here's what's going on in my head, because of the discipline part, I got better at doing it. It just started flying out easier. And that's it. Yeah. That's literally what happened. And so I started being able to just write. I hated writing when I was young. I never liked to write anything. I didn't like to write fiction, a nonfiction, biography. I hated it. It was a chore, a task. And now, if I don't do it, I feel like something's wrong with me. I'm constantly scribbling and typing in my phone stuff. I mean, I can't not do it now. It really is the key to everything. It really is. It's the key to unlocking your subconscious and making friends with it and working with it in a manner where your conscious brain and your subconscious brain can make friends and work some stuff out. And I really am baffled to why it's so complicated for some people. I'm guessing the people that have a problem with it might have confidence problems. It has to be, right? Yeah, it has to be. And honestly, my honesty, I think it's the best way to learn. So the people that are honest and open are the ones that are able, and I think, learn the most. Because they're able to say where they don't understand. I got good at saying I don't understand young because I was diagnosed with a learning disability. And I will say that little like, hey, he ain't dumb. He just has a little bit of a way of his brain works that's a little different when information comes in. So it might take me a second longer. When I learned to be like, yo, can you say that again? I was the guy that asked too many questions in school and annoyed the teacher. But I was absorbing a lot, you know. This year, my discipline, now I've always been disciplined, but I made it even more this year. You know, I had friends that 2 years ago would say, wow, that guy's got a crazy disciplined life. But now I look back and I go, I wasn't that disciplined. Now I'm like, I can even go farther. I could. I might. So what does this all mean? Why? Um, well, learning from Marcus Aurelius, quite frankly, I realized that when you go to bed at the end of the day and you do an inventory of your day, if you pulled off your crap or you didn't, and again, you're honest with it, it does something to your subconscious. It allows that part to relax. And that relaxing of the subconscious, knowing that you're on the right track, you don't have any guilt, you don't feel weird, you don't feel like you shortchanged. You know, when you shortchange other people or you shortchange yourself, you are keeping track. And so at the end of the day, you do your, Dan, you teach students with learning disabilities? I didn't know that. That's a noble job. My disability now has a name. When I was a kid, they said it was a math learning disability, kind of a dyslexia with numbers. It ties into other things too, but it's I think they have a name for it now. I'm curious. Yeah, or they don't want to hear the truth. Well, so the reason why someone wouldn't want to hear the truth. So let's just talk about that for a second. Why would somebody not want to know the truth? Because it doesn't make them feel good. It's a selfish thing there. They don't want to feel bad. They don't like the negative chemicals that are pumped out when they hear the honest part. So they run and hide. Or they tune out and turn off. That's all that is. Bam! Dyscalculia. That is definitely what it's called. Yes. I have dyscalculia. Bad. It's funny, if you ask me to add 5 plus 4, it's 9. I don't know if you saw that. I went like this with my hand. I got good at doing a finger count thing really quick. I also learned, I don't know if anybody knows this. I'm going to teach you something right now you're going to love. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 8, 72. I don't have that memorized. I'm doing a trick. You put your hands out in front of you, and whatever number you want to times 9 by, you put it down. So 9 times 3, if I put down my third finger, look, 27. 2, 7. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 9, 81. Try it. I learned so many cheating counting things. I actually got good at counting with my hand closed and just feeling the movement. Because the teachers would be like, don't count on your hands. And I'd be like, I'm not. I was totally just counting. Really good little documentary on what creative is. Jordan Peterson did a little speech on creativity as a thing, a function, a brain activity, a chemical thing, and where it's good and where it's bad. It's really interesting because there's some chemicals tied to creativity, and it's kind of cool. And the creative types, and I would put myself in a creative type. I mean, all my work is some sort of me coming up with something from scratch, forming it into something, and then selling it in a performance format, right? People that are creative have a brain that works in a certain way, and because of that, there are some shortfalls. And so it's good to learn about these things because you can pick up the pieces, right? Yeah, the finger trick works. Yeah, it's a trick. 9 times, whatever. It's, I'm not good at math. I suck. It's funny, I was going to show you something with math in a little bit. If you're watching, I am going to do a drawing for this record. We're going to give away a free record. And you know what I'm going to do now? I just wanted to show you something. On a note of numbers, it's funny, I have cards here. I deal with playing cards. which are numbery, right? And I'm not good at numbers, but I'm more good at intuition, let's say. Here, let's try this. Do you guys know about marked cards? You know, like for instance, like here's a deck of B cards. A marked deck, meaning on the back of the cards, there's a little bit of a little marking in the corner, so that when you're looking through them, you can kind of see what the cards are if you know how to read the mark. And if you look at old people playing poker, symbols? Oh, you know what? I thought I turned off the damn hand spam, the spam thing. I want someone to write, I don't know why it did that. It shouldn't do that. I thought I got rid of it. Huh. So, yeah, if you watch old timers, they do this thing where they'll flip through the deck like this, and they'll look on both sides. And what they're looking for, it's like a cartoon. You'll see the mark dancing, They're looking for marks. And I don't use mark cards because I go through 2 packs a day sometimes. And they sell mark cards, but I don't have time. I mean, when I do tricks like the ones where you've seen me do this before, but like the kind where I show my hands empty like this. This whole thing here, I'm throwing them on the ground, and very quickly these kind of cards, they lose their luster, and I get rid of them. And mark cards for that is redundant, because that's visual. The reason why, yeah, okay, so check this out. I'm going to show you now a pack of marked cards that I use in my shows. And the reason why I just thought of them is I just mentioned numbers. These are so heavily marked. You can see that, right? I mean, they're numbered. 1 to 52, and it's the whole deck. And I did this a long time ago, and I really don't want to have to do that again. But look, I'm going to put these right here, and we're going to have a little experiment with those numbers. Sanford and Son. Oh, yeah. There is a Sanford and Son episode. Yes. That's great. Let's have some fun. I'm going to get someone to help me here. I'm going to get somebody who I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people in here. Who's somebody in here watching right now that I don't know on a personal level? Because there's a bunch of people in here I know, but there's also a bunch of people I don't know. I want you to chat, say hey, because I need to ask some questions. Is there anybody out there that would be willing to help me here with an experiment? I actually want to try this. Anybody? If not, I'm going to call on somebody in here watching. Let's see, who's Carla? Carla Claire. Do I know you? Some of these names. Do I know Carla? I know a couple Carlas. Well, let's see. I'm just waiting. There is a delay. Dallas Marshall. Here, let's use Dallas. Dallas Marshall. Dallas, will you help me here? So, Dallas, I'm going to give you a playing card. I'm going to give you you're going to be thinking of a number, Dallas. Okay. So we're going to use Dallas and Sean Rigsby. Perfect. So Dallas and Sean. Let's use Dallas. Come back in here to make sure you're in here. Because if not, I'm going to do Claire. So Sean, you're on. And let's see if Dallas is in here. You're both going to think of numbers. Dallas and Sean Rigsby. But so you don't jump on the same number right now, Dallas, you be odd numbers, and Sean, you be the even numbers. Okay? Is that cool? All right. Okay, so Dallas, I'm going to give you a playing card to think of, and I want you to give me a number. But don't give me the number yet. Let me give you a card. Let's do... Here we go. Easy to see. 2 of diamond. So, Dallas, think of the 2 of diamonds. On the back, there's a number. On the back of the card. Give me a number, and I'll write it right here. Right, give me a number. And it's going to take a second because we do have a delay. And then I'm going to put something heavy here so I can put this like this. I suppose I can use this for now. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool. So Dallas, I hate that there's a delay. Wonder if they have this where there's no delay. When you do Zoom, there's no delay. And then in a second, well, what the heck? Oh, 11. Okay. You want to change your mind, you can change your mind. I'm going to write 11 here, but by the time the delay is done, if you want to change your mind, I'll let you. I say 2 of diamond. Dallas says 11. And this marker's dying. God damn. Hold on. When these markers die, it kills me because they're impossible to find. All right. Here, we'll get this one out. Oh, that's a good one. All right, here we go. 11. 2 of diamonds. Dallas says 11. So, Sean. Oh, there you go. See how that goes? You can change your mind. There's a lot of numbers in there. All right, Sean. I'm going to give you a different card. That's a red one. We'll go black. Easy to see. Queen of Spades. Imagine the Queen of Spades, Sean. On the back, there's a number. Fire away. Right here. I'll write it here. In the meantime, Dallas, if you do want to change your mind, I'll let you, but not yet. Let's see here. Where's Sean? Yeah, the delay on here is obscene. It's like a solid. This brand of marker is hard to find. These pilot markers, you have to sign paperwork to take them out of the stores because they're good for graffiti and no joke. Woo! You can get high as a kite on these. All right, Sean, give me a number. Is that a Sharpie? This is a Sharpie brand. This one. This is not. Yeah. Ooh, I want to know what that is. Sean Rigsby gave me 10, 5. Is that a 16? Boom. Now, again, if you want to change your mind, you got a few seconds to change your mind. I'm going to put it here. I said 2 of diamonds, and Dallas said 11. I said Queen of Spades, and Sean said 16. Pretty weird numbers. I'm going to put this right here so that we can keep track of it. And now I'm going to pull out of here card number 11 and 16, and I'm going to do it up here, so no cheating. I'm not switching anything out. And I'll take the cards out, and I'm just going to, I'll hold them, and I'll set the deck. Can you see this here? Yes, you can. Great. What? Lilith, you remember the marker or the smelling of the marker? Because 11 and 16. So here we go. Card number 11 and card number 16. Here we go. There's 6. There's 11. Oh my God, look. 11 and 16 were right beside each other. How's that possible? Folks, that's creeping me out. So here's 11 and here's 16. And just so you know, look, folks, honestly, it's the whole damn deck, okay? That's really weird that happened. I don't know. All right, let's get rid of these. Put these over here. And I said 2 of diamond. And Dallas, you said 11? Oh my God. Look. I mean, folks, you can't make this up, folks. Oh my God. All right, hold on. I said queen of spades and you said 16. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm going to go one more step. Who's the other person that's, there's another person on here. Hold on. How about Carla? Carla, if you're watching, give me a shout. Say, hey, what's up? Because if you thought that was impossible, we're going to go one more step to impossible. I'm now going to write something down. And I ain't going to show anybody. I'm going to actually take whatever I write down and do that and leave it until, actually, we'll just do this. So what I need you to do, I need you to think of any playing card in the deck. Anyone. There's a lot in there. Okay, Carla, don't say what it is. I'm going to write something down. I ain't going to show anybody. I'm just going to set it down. And so first, get a card locked in your head. There's a lot of cards there. I'm going to be honest. If I tell somebody to think of a playing card, take a guess what most guys think of. Ace of spades, king of spades, right? For ladies, it's queen of hearts is big, but I would say queen of hearts. Ace of spades, too, is popular. For the gambling weirdos, they like the 7 of diamonds, right? You can think of any card. Those are, if you think of the ace of spades, you can if it's your favorite card. But I'm just being honest, it's popular. Okay? So go ahead, do your thing. I'm going to write something down. And doing this way is a little harder than if you were sitting here. And if I get this wrong, which I do occasionally, I will do a different one. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, all right. I'm going to put this right there. Okay, Carla, for the first time, what's your card? And I'll hold these here until you tell me. I don't want to show you that until we're done. And it's going to take a second here for Carla to answer. So while Carla's thinking of the card and tells me, I do want to thank everybody for sticking around tonight. And as soon as I'm done here, we're going to give away the record. Diamonds? Yes. Obviously, yeah. Diamonds and hearts. Men are spades. Clubs are magicians. If you say, think of a card to a magician, you're going to get a club. You'll get a 6 of clubs, 4 of clubs. 4 of hearts is a magician card. I don't know. 6 of clubs. Carla just said 6 of clubs. Yeah, really, that's not popular. I mean, that's more of a magician would say, a club. 6 of clubs it is. Here, take him out of the pocket. If you see it before me, say something. I'm going to stand right here. 6 of clubs. It's in here because I marked this whole deck many years ago. And I only use it for these kind of there's a 6 of spades. 6 of clubs. Bam. The number on the back is 45. Okay. Well, wow. Carla, you better go play the lottery right now. Wow, thank you. It worked. You gotta be kidding me. That was fun. I love it. All right, folks. Let's let me wrap this up. This was my 100th episode. It's hard for me to say anything else other than I had a perfect year and I had a perfect weekend and everything's perfect. Even if the bad stuff's going on, you'll see me say it a lot, but it's perfect. I've kind of gotten to the zone where everything is perfect, meaning it is what it is, and you're either going to deal with it or not. And The more I go that route, the easier it gets. And so that's where I'm at right now. So here's what I need. If you want to win this record right now, and I will ship it to you, and I think I'm going to ship them out tomorrow, I need you to write in the chat right now, what are we going to have you write that's going to be easy to see? I think you should write... Hold on. I'm coming up with it. I think you should write 20 years. If you want to win the record, just write in the chat right now below 20 years. Because that's how long ago that record came out, and that's what we're celebrating. So go ahead and write it. I'm going to start numbering stuff. Okay. Go for it, people. And as you're in here chiming in, I'm going to be writing names down. And then there's Talon. I love the, Peter. Eric. I love the, suggestion about the foods. Jason. Dan P. Fallon. Achilles. I like that name. Dallas. Carla. We got Angela, Sean. Okay. Joel. Giuseppe. We got Giuseppe. Keep them coming, folks. And in a second, I'm going to roll some dice, and we're going to see who won. This record, when you get it, if you don't have a turntable, go to your friend that has one and play it. It's no joke. Sounds crazy. They took the CD version and the masters, and they listened to the CD and were like, yo, it's cool. It needs a little bit of a boost. Vinyl sounds different, so they took it and they definitely gave it the juice. So the low end sounds good. The high ends are crispy, but not too much. It sounds crazy. You can hear all of the we made sure that the record had lots of, Matt S., bells and whistles for the person listening closely. You know, we wanted it to be cool. Ear candy, we called it. Here we go. Mayor. Oh, the mayor, you're already in here. Matt F. Cassandra. Ruth. And Sean Rigsby. I think you're already in here, Sean Rigsby. Yeah. Oh, Amanda J., are you in here? Nope, there you go. All right, I'm just going to wait a couple more. No stereo at all. You don't have a stereo? I mean, most people I know don't even have a Blu-ray player or a DVD player anymore. I would die without that. I would die. I need my Blu-ray and my DVD. Okay. I'm going to get ready to roll a die here. Let me get that one out. Here we go. I'll actually turn on the dice camera so that you can see. There we go. Okay. I'd say may the best person win, but it's ridiculous because this is just pure chance and luck. Here's the dice. This is a new one. Look at these. Yeah, let's see who wins. There's a few people in here that have won prizes before. Peter's won a few of them. Here we go. The hell does that say? That is a lucky 7. Whoa! Fallon, you won. Boom. And it's crazy because Fallon, out of all y'all, was at the show. Holy crap. That's great. Fallon, shoot me your home address, even though I know I have it somewhere. But Instagram me that, and you got a record coming your way, and I'm going to send it out, I think, tomorrow. There you go. How's that? It was so funny because Fallon, I remember, I think you got a poster. I think Fallon did the mystery box or the poster. Yeah, cool, Fallon. Fallon's been a big supporter of this show, too, so thank you, Fallon, very much for all your support. Thank everybody here. I want to go. I want to go party. I like Mondays. My party tonight is going to be, I believe I'm going to do some philosophy reading and some writing, and then I'm going to go jump in the hot tub alone and just chill. And I'm going to call my mama. Yes. I mean, really, I don't know what to say. I'm flattered that I have an audience that comes and watches this show. I love doing the prizes. I love doing the research. I like sharing things I learned. It's fun. It makes me learn better. It creates a healthy conversation, and it's better than watching TV. I'm going to be honest. Now, I'm always talking about not watching TV. I think I've watched 8 movies this whole year. No TV. I mean, I'm not like never going to watch it. I just decided I don't want it or enjoy it anymore. But I do like YouTube. Why? Because you can do some weird niche research and you don't have a big time commitment. So, thank you, Lilith. Thank you. Coming from you, thank you. Very honored. I'm very proud that I was able to make this year in the light of the darkness going on. I was able to use it to my advantage for mirth, for knowledge, and for just being alive and feeling like a human. And so, on that note, party on, everybody. Have an awesome rest of the year. We still have a month before 2022. I'm going to be here. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'll get there. It's way harder than anybody could ever imagine of how hard it is to hustle online media now. And I ain't going anywhere. I'm here. So, and yeah, that's it. Let's have some fun. It's Monday. We have a whole week ahead of us. And I'll see you at episode 101. Thank you. Really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'm out.